Welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase. Okay, so we've got our new green circuit stack. We are consistently doing 6,000. Oh, I might be lying. Well, we were consistently doing 6,000 per minute, but we are having an issue. Oh, you're not going to see it just now. We are actually having brownouts, and that would be why that had actually dropped off. And brownouts are particularly bad in a heavy beacon environment because, as I mentioned a lot in my prior campaign, if you don't have enough power, the beacons then start recalculating how much boost they're going to do if they're not fully powered, and that starts eating at your UPS quite heavily. So yeah, we need to deal with our lack of power. What I have been dealing with is I have removed coal 2 completely. Coal 3 is I've had just one miner on this little spot. This little spot is 24k, so it is not going to last very long under this load, even with the productivity bonus. Which means that this 4.9 million over here is our last remaining coal serving this stack over here, and that's not going to be enough. So what I will do is I guess I'll use this one, because there's no reason to not use coals in the interior region. I think I won't use this iron or this copper because I really would like to. I mean, I've only got the 2 million there. 800,000 there. There's no copper here anymore, and there's this little supply here, 88,000 plus 61,000, which we'll have to move that off to get to, plus this little bit here, 111,000, and that will exhaust copper 9. So copper is not going to take much longer before it is out of the inner circle. 2.2 million, that's the biggest one here. I might even go for a dense build and increase the number of trains here. There's only 2 at the moment. I might up it to divert some of the others over to it just to speed it up. But as far as coal goes, I think I don't want to be harvesting coal here, then having the trains come back here, then having the trains go back here to come through here. So I think I may well build, I mean, I could put it even on here. That would actually make quite a lot of sense, but I don't know if it will fit. A slightly shorter one than this might. What's this? Oh, that's a lube train coming back. No, sulfuric acid, that's right. Sulfuric acid goes in there. Are there any sulfuric acids under demand? Not obviously. But yeah, I could put the coal stack here. I was thinking here and harvest this, and then that's sort of on the way, but I'm also thinking of harvesting this and having it come back into this area. Perhaps doesn't make a lot of sense, so we'll probably harvest those 2 and see if I can get the coal weight stack sort of in here. That will be the plan. But dealing with the brownouts is our priority. How are we going? I don't even know if we are going to get these guys fully recharged with the amount of power that we're drawing. With everything fully working, yeah, we're back to 6,000 on the science. So the brownouts did cost us, but without the brownouts we are doing 6,000 science, which is mainly because yellow is doing 6,000 science and the others are just doing whatever they need to, which is slowly going up as whatever buffer they've got is being drawn off, but they don't need to do 6,000 yet because they do have a buffer. Now, what we're going to do though is we're going to move this solar panel installation. We're going to move it way over here somewhere. so that we can start installing solar into this area. Again, probably skipping assets, although one wonders if we'll ever reach those assets. You never know, even with this productivity we are getting through resources, so we could well do that. Ooh, iron, speaking of getting through resources, iron 12 is a pale imitation of what it once was. It's almost dead. So yeah, iron 10 seems to be fine still. Iron 12 is dead. I'm going to extend the iron, I think, over to here. Start using the 457 and the 258 million, which, you know, they'll probably never exhaust really. That will drive up the middle and plant miners around them. This one is going fine as well. But yeah, so where am I going to put the new solar? It could probably go all the way down here, although that's very close to this oil. If I ever wanted to get to that oil, I doubt I do. I might want to come out to this oil though, because the other thing that I'd quite like to do is this oil, and even this one really, are kind of pointless. I mean, this is minute amount of oil. Having an oil train come all the way over here so it can come all the way back, and then up here is kind of pointless. We could have an oil train coming from here along here, and then, you know, just, well, maybe coming into here and wrapping around. That would be better. So we have a lot of things to do. Only 100, well, 275 I think is where we're trying to get to. So since this isn't complete, that's 102 researchers to go to get to that point. And all these things to do. And I don't know if we have enough ore resource or smelting once that's done to enable us to have everything running at 6,000, so that will be interesting to see. Anyway, let us head to, I don't think I have it in here at the moment, so let's add Solar Farm 3, I think it is, hashtag Solar Farm 3 for circuit condition, just so I can get the latest iteration of this. Unless I already have it somewhere. I strongly suspect I do not. Or I've put it somewhere very... Oh no, there you go. Solar Farm Base. That's what we want. So I don't actually need to stop at Solar Farm 3. So yeah, we could build that anywhere along here that we see fit. Maybe all the way down here is a good idea. It will mean there's a slightly longer journey for the first bit, but I'm pretty sure we're going to need to cover all of this up, because we need a lot more power. Where are we up to? Here. We're not too far off where we're trying to get to. Now, when we have moved this coal weight from here, and coal 3 is depleted, I think I might move this up and possibly even bring it all the way over here, get rid of this iron. In fact, when iron has finished, and iron is only dealing with this one, the 16 million, we do need to make this a more efficient stop though, but when iron is done, we can stop this access altogether. And that 16 million has been depleted, even if this is still alive. Oh, and we do have a coal here as well that we could use. We could move it over to access through here, just like the copper does. Garbage on my mail. So let's just have a look at the stats actually. We have 851,000 solar panels, and it's not enough. That's enough to produce 51 gigawatts, and it is not enough. Even, well, I mean, admittedly you only get effectively half of that. But you can see now, you're going to actually see this brownout in action very shortly, because we are going to run out. We're burning at 35.8, which kind of implies you really need 70 gigawatts, not 51, to survive the night. 36, it's getting worse, and it will get even worse still, especially if we continue to accelerate things. The more they're accelerated by modules, the thirstier they become. So if we do something with our oil to reduce the total number of refineries and chemical plants in particular, we're going to need even more power. So we're going to probably have to aim to get this to 70 gigawatts. So that's sort of like 1.2 million. Quite a significant increase from the 851 that we're at the moment. At least this has started producing. I'll switch over and grab another tech in just a moment, but I think we will see us hitting our brownout fairly soon, probably, because this is dropping very, very quickly. And we're still burning 20 gigawatts, so yeah. I mean, even though solar panels is now taken over, there you go, brownout. Let's get another tech happening. Now that we're over here, I do want to still stop here because I am going to deactivate the train from coming in here by removing the train publisher. We'll remove all the rest of that later. We might as well leave this stuff here until it's exhausted, much like we have done before. Now we can go to manual drive. You'll notice the UPS is dropping due to the fact that we're still in brownout. There you go, we're finally out of brownout, but that is bad. So hopefully we're getting a little bit of UPS back. Not really. 30 is pretty awful. Very, very ordinary. Even though we're only at 30, these techs are ticking over quite quickly. Now that we're able to maintain our 6,000 science per minute. Do I have all the stuff that I need to build this? I'm not entirely sure. I know I want to stop brownouts as quick as possible. So we have to come out here, we don't really have a choice. game continues to give us things that we have to do, and basically with urgency. There's nothing that there's no dull moment. I mean, we still haven't built our full capability to do SpaceX. So if we ever get this back up to an acceptable number, we can then build that out and probably drop it down a little bit again. But yeah, 29. It's below my tolerance threshold. We've probably gone into another brownout, basically. That, and when you're travelling in the wilds, it sort of has extra calculations, I think, to do. Where were we going to go to? Probably here, I guess. So a bit further. Now the other thing, of course, with this is that just past that bit and into about here, just where the trees are. That normally works for us, doesn't it? Okay, out we get. Let's get rid of some of these stupid trees. Our attitude towards trees has not mellowed with time at all. And where is the good rail? That's not it. That one is it. Right, let's get the 2 to 2. And see if we can find that blueprint, which was that one. Solar panel, yes. So that's basic. Whoops. I moved at the last minute, damn it. No, it's a mess. We can't do that. That's... We're probably going to need to get rid of those trees anyway. At least I'll tell myself that. Alright, let's try that again one more time. You have not connected wires. Alright, let's connect those wires. So this one here will be a rubbish. And this one will be a supply, or an outpost supply. Let's just make sure. Constant combinator, let's make sure that's off for the moment. I'm not ordering anything just yet. Train publisher. I don't want it using that train publisher just yet either. So let's get rid of some of these trees so I can get to the train uninterrupted. You can have the train publisher. We'll come back for you in a sec. We'll need a train counter, which we don't have enough advanced circuits for. That's a bit of a nuisance. I could pinch this one. So what did I call that? Solar Farm 3. Alright, this will be Solar Farm 4. This one will be hashtag Solar Farm 4. This one. Hashtag Solar Farm 4. And this one down here will be Outpost Supply. And I might actually go and grab the train counter from Solar Farm 3. Let's say go to hashtag Solar Farm 4. And take me back to Solar Farm 3. Looks like we're launching again. It's not going to be long before we are at the 10,000 satellite milestone. That certainly is a worthy milestone. I do expect that we'll definitely get to 20,000 in this playthrough. I'm not sure about 30, but we'll definitely get to 20. And I'm not deliberately targeting these numbers, it's just what's going to happen, because if you look at the tech tree, this one, that's 8,000 launches by itself, although we get a small advantage from the productivity in the labs. So it's not quite as bad as it looks, but all the same, it's a significant number of launches. And given that we'll be at 10,000 pretty soon, and we haven't even started on the bulk of the SpaceX research, let alone the SpaceX launches, yeah. We're definitely going to get there. Don't need that. So I guess there's two things we can do in regard to obviously solar paneling all of this area out to, well, I might even access this oil, I'm not sure, but if we sort of avoided that, I don't think that is going to be enough, so we might have to push this up further still, or even come out further still to panel up some more. I probably don't want to push this way anymore because we are going to start accessing some of these patches when iron runs out down here. We've got an alternate to go to right there, and then another one up here. I guess I could always hack into this coal as well. The beauty of depleting something like this is that, you know, we could solar panel it over. A little bit like this one, but now that we have such huge mining productivity, it doesn't seem that likely that we are going to deplete this. Anyway, where are we up to? We are most of the way around the top, almost back down here, the top. I probably want to set up something like this, which I don't think that pattern that I used has. No, it doesn't, but it's easy enough to set up. and then I will want to connect up these networks so we can make use of the 3200 construction bots that are in this area. So, whoops, we need to be in normal mode. Probably just got rid of all my trees for me, which is fine. I might in fact just get rid of all of this stuff. Don't really need it there anymore. Right, back to Solar Farm 4. I'm guessing we are... no, we're not quite, actually. But yeah, it's not the greatest. We're about to go back into our brownout. So the other thing that we need to do is to call the landfill train. We'll call and send it up to perimeter defense staging so that it's close to these things that we're going to want to landfill very soon. We're going to be ripping up this track, even though it is useful. Perimeter defense staging. So landfill, you need to head to perimeter defense staging. Wait until, well, inventory empty will do. Off you go. Yep. So it'll be sitting here waiting for us in a good location. We may actually want to... well, I'm going to be doing a lot of landfill, I guess, between episodes. Just want to finish this up and get some of the satellite, sorry, not the this stuff delivered, which could interfere with the satellites. Could interfere with the manufacture of satellites, but the satellite is part of the launching. The launching tends to be a little bit bursty in nature due to how we launch faster than 6,000 a minute. Although we only have resources for 6,000 a minute, it sort of all buffers up while we wait, and this has the capability of launching faster than that. So it's just when these the 76 there plus the 21, it's 97. When these drop below 96, they'll start launching again, and then they might need satellites, but we probably have a satellite here already. There's 80 satellites waiting, and there'll be more over here. There's another 10 there, another 10 there, and another 48 there. So we've virtually got another train anyway, so it should be fine to have this deliver. And it manufactures at a slightly greater rate than is needed for the 6,000 satellites a minute, so we should be fine for our solar train to come and do deliveries for us. It hasn't had to into the solar network for quite some time. Here we go, we're almost here. There's the landfill train. I was actually quite glad when I'd finished this exercise, but oh well. We need to do what we need to do. I still have the landfill blueprint. Let's go back to map mode. Right. Oh, and I do want the train publisher now as well. So that should be saying we have insufficient satellites, we have insufficient accumulators, send us a train. Let me just check. I think it's a solar panel. Yes, it is. So if we put a solar panel up here in the train publisher, it will know exactly what we want. You can see it's gone out already. There is a solar train on the way. There we go. So that will take a while. Now, none of this is going to work until we have a line of roboports that extend from this connection to join up to the rest of the build, the solar panel build. So that should at least give it a connection. Now I basically need to run over here. Do I have? I'm not sure. Okay, this could take a little while. I might speed up this just because it might be a little bit slow, but we need to connect solar panels all the way across so that the solar panels carry the connection. So that's how we will join this stuff up. It doesn't look particularly promising though with these holes. I really need the a landfill train. In fact, we might have to come down here a little bit. I guess what we could do is tell landfill to go to solar farm 4. Go to solar farm 4. That'll just bring it a lot closer to where we are so that we can make use of it. Let's get off nukes before I kill myself, since I'm going to get tangled in woods quite likely, so I'd quite like to be able to just shoot my way out without having to worry about dying in the middle of absolutely nowhere. And of course we're running straight towards a lake, I guess. So if we put some panels up here and then sort of come down and then up and along like that, that's kind of what we need to do. I mean, we're obviously going to eventually close it all up into a big solid, but we need to make a connection somewhere, so that's probably as good as any. There's another tech. What are they? 70,000. So I guess that's sort of 10, 12 minutes, except it actually takes longer than 12 minutes because we've got to double it. It's like 24 minutes. Never mind. Okay, so what we need to do here is breach the line. Grab our solar pattern. I was going to waste all my resources putting this down. Well, as long as you pick up this train track, that's what I really want. Fine, they can pick up the train track. And this is really going to kill our UPS having to do all this construction again, but it is what it is. In fact, what I should do is get out of the way of this, get all my bots back and turn my bots off, because I don't want to exhaust my batteries with this sort of work. There we go. Yeah, take those guys out. So each one of these patterns is close to 800 additional solar panels, but we're going to need a lot of them. So now we can head down. And across. I don't know how we're going in terms of the top of these panels. Are they... No. There's a little bit of ocean that clipped them, but that's alright. Yeah, this is a little bit messy. Never mind. We'll have to come back and redo these. As long as we have a continuous row of robo ports through here, it probably doesn't matter, and as long as they have a continuous supply of power. Those are the two most important things. Ugh. And then we'll just have to set up a command for the supply train to deliver the radars, the substations, and what else do they need to do? Radars, substation, oh, and the roboports. So let's have this one come in here. I can see the, it looks like our train's kind of in the way. We are very close to a connection. That's probably as far over as we can get, but we can... we do. We can move this out of the way. That's what we can do, and hopefully that will be enough. There we go. So that will supply us with basic resources. Now, let us get... you're off, good. Let's get 1,000 of, where are they? There they are, substations. Let's get 100 radar, and let's get, say, 300-400 roboports. We're also going to want a few of these guys, although eventually they'll hook up, so probably not too many, maybe just 50. And I think I will dump 50, maybe even 62, since that's a slightly odd number. I will dump some of my construction robots here. Oh, I've actually got 50 logistic bots too. That can get rid of all this junk on me. Let's move this guy. Out of the way. Of course, by out of the way, he's gonna have to come forward, because we've got the supply train coming. So what I need is another roboport, just so that that one could connect to it. So I guess I'll put one just here actually. And that should be good enough so that these things. Oh, do I have, or did I have enough stack filter inserters? Did I have any stack filter? Yeah, that looks like I did. Oh, I've got some there. Right, okay, so that's fine. Well, why aren't you guys building then? You got 62 construction robots, you got a whole bunch of stuff to build. Let's get on with it. Let's go. Chop chop. I'm sure they will eventually. It's trying to make up its mind, probably. Construction manager isn't too extreme yet, but it's probably trying to make up its mind over these guys. No, actually that doesn't really make sense. I don't know what it's trying to do. Maybe these guys think they can get there or something. We'll see. Anyway, I think we've done enough for this episode. Between episodes I will fill this out a whole lot more. And next episode we'll probably try and deal with the coal crisis. And then we'll get back to fighting the UPS. So thanks for joining me. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye for now.